past that time by Sparrow, and the circus was on.
What's up, YouTube? It's Saturday night, YouTube Times Life. I'm about to be reacting to Larry Bird, who's willing to put his body on the line. This video is going to be about, like, I'm 100% sure it's going to be about his back problems, of course, and how, like, when he got off the court, he had to be lying down on the floor other than sitting down on the bench or sitting on a seat because his back would be hurting him too much. Like, he can't even sit. He has to be lying down. And he's able to play an NBA game. Like, it's crazy because he's playing against the best players in the world, and he's still willing to go out there and play 100%. Well, he wasn't 100%, but he was putting in his 100%, 110% to get through his pain. And Larry Bird's different. It was kind of sad how it happened, but and how, like, his career ended kind of early, but I think the way it ended, it really showed and reminded people how much he loved the game. And yeah, let's get into the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. Oh, are you serious, bro? Are you serious? Like, it's never that serious to be playing dirty like that. He knows his lower back is in pain. Like, it's excruciating pain. The man is in and out of the hospital. Can't even put his pants on. Shoot. he's laying on the floor because he can't sit. You know what I'm saying? Because his back hurts too much. Like, he can't do regular things. So it's like he's playing in a game against professional basketball players, the best professional basketball players in the world, in a playoff series. This is the best teams in the NBA, the best teams in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has to, there's a lot of stress on his body right now. And then you're going to do a dirty play like that. Hit him in his lower back, act like it was just a screen. Crazy, man. What the heck? Nah, I don't respect that at all. That's crazy.
And he was pushed by Person.
Yeah, he deserved that. Blocked it and stared in his face. Held the ball and stared in his face. Yeah, and it started talking. Started talking that talk. Come on now. What? You serious? You thought he was going to be able to take advantage of Larry Bird because he was injured at the time? Heck no. He's not going to go out without a fight, no matter what condition he's in.
That's the play of the game right
Yeah,
there.
talk that talk, Larry. Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
Person didn't dare look at him.
And first time I touched the ball, my very first game, he said, "Shoot the ball, rookie. Shoot it." I said, "Okay, I'll shoot it." Wow, like that, and it went in. And I said, "Don't ever tell me to shoot the ball. I shoot it every time." And from then on, it's been a battle the last 6 years.
Person uses that right arm to get Bird out of the way, and then he drains it, and then he talks to Larry. Trev, Person for three. We're tied up. And he's jawing with Larry Bird again. Person wants the ball against Larry Bird. Count it. The first Indiana lead. Listen to the crowd. He'll pull up and shoot a three. Watch him. Here it goes. That'll be good. It is the Person show.
And when they faced off in the first round of the 1991 playoffs, their underrated rivalry was an intense.
If I'm not mistaken, then he pushes McHale, and he's gone. He's gone. Thompson is gone.
Physical. Hard-fought battle of will.
And now Person's doing a little talking to Bird now. And now they're bumping. And he's back.
It's kind of crazy. He had a rivalry with his hometown team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be his team because he's from French Lick, Indiana, as you guys know. So it's like kind of crazy he had that battle against his own his own city.
Talking, and so's Larry Bird. Person. And when he talks, he walks.
And with the series tied 2 games apiece, Larry Bird, in the 5th and deciding game, gave us one of the most iconic moments in NBA history.
It is one of in the Bird lore, it is one of the top 5 incidents that he did that might have been the last great moment.
Marv, the mood of the Celtics could be described as confident. In fact, this is the 10th deciding game of a playoff series Larry Bird has been involved in. By the way, the condition of his lower back injury remains the same, expecting to play about 40 minutes through pain today.
And it has come down to the 5th and deciding game between the Celtics and the Pacers. Bird in the open court over Williams. Pacers down court in a hurry. Larry Bird had some words right in the face of Chuck Person as Person called for the timeout.
Because Larry Bird started the game off hot, you couldn't tell that he was battling a severe back injury and was in a lot of pain.
Larry Bird at this point in his career is now squeezing to the end. It's a ceaseless struggle to get healthy enough to play.
Larry Bird did not play the final 7 games of the season as he decided to sit out and see if he could get his back ready for the playoffs. His back was day to day, and no one knew if he would be able to play in the series.
I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to feel Thursday or Friday. It's just wait and see. It's a game that we're playing right now, and hopefully I'll be prepared to play every game.
I remember walking in the locker room, and I saw Larry before the game, and I said, "How you feeling?" "I'm okay, I guess." Well, he wasn't okay. Guy could barely put his pants on.
He spent the night at the hospital in traction, so he had to be in just unbelievable pain.
Shoulder down that time, actually trying to create off the dribble, which is unusual with the bad back that he has.
Oh my gosh, Larry Bird's so different. I can't believe he's doing all of this with those back pains. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
As Larry Bird carried the Celtics to a lead in the first half, while already in excruciating back pain. To make matters even worse, with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, Larry Bird took one of the nastiest falls of his career.
Right now, Larry Bird with 12. The Celtics lead by 7. 4.5 remaining in this first half. Bird had a good score by Saturday. Bird is hurt. He's down and he's hurt.
As Bird saves the loose ball to try to save it, he does in fact get it, keeps it in play, but he paid for it, struggling right now to get up.
It was a thud when he hit that floor. You heard that?
Gosh, bro.
Boom. The breath went out of that building because they thought that, that was it.
What went through my mind, just hope it wasn't anything too serious. Obviously, if there's something wrong with me, anytime you see Larry Bird walks off the court, something seriously got to be wrong.
Larry Bird's face hit the floor so hard that he knocked himself unconscious for a few seconds. He left the game with a concussion and had a broken bone in his face. And with the Celtics leader out of the game, Chuck Person and the Indiana Pacers smelled blood.
Oh. On top of those back pains, he had a concussion. He knocked out for a bit, and then he came back in the game. How? Oh my gosh! What in the world?
Don't think the fact that Larry Bird is in the locker room right now isn't helping the Indiana Pacers pick up their level of intention. They smell it right now. They know the leader is not on the floor. Someone needs to step up now for Boston and take over.
It was that bad. They're on the fast break, and he just lost it by himself in the playoffs. He just lost it with nobody else guarding him, just him. Dang. It's like Bird's out the game, and it just sucked the life out their team. Dang.
In Larry Bird's absence.
With 20 points, the first time this afternoon the Pacers have had a lead.
Well, you're right. Chuck Person was a real force, and there was a lot of back and forth going on.
Person for 3. Yes! Straight away.
And Larry bangs his head on the floor.
I know.
Bang, boom. Has to leave the game. It looks like the ship's going to sink, and we're going to go home in the first round.
Person from downtown. What a shot by Chuck Person. And he gets the treatment from the crowd as he reacted. Indiana with a 3-point lead.
And the cameras are on Larry emerging from the locker room, coming down the corridor. The cavalry is arriving. The crowd sees him. They go berserk.
And here comes Larry Bird.
There we go.
It's covered by Robert Powell.
I got the sense the Pacers were stunned to see him there, and that they thought, holy, what's going to happen now?
Throughout this timeout, they have been standing and cheering since.
I know if you guys were whoever was watching this game live, whoever was around to watch this game live, let me know. How did you feel in that moment of Larry Bird bashing his head on the ground, going to the locker room, and then how did you feel when he came out of that locker room? What was the like thoughts in your head? What was the feelings you had? Like, I'm assuming it was shocking, surprising that he came back, and it was almost a relief. And I think one of those emotions could have been like, what the heck? Like, huh? Like, in shock type of thing. Like, it's like, wait, he's really going back out there? Like, and then is he really about to play like Larry Joe Bird? Like the Larry Bird at the top of his game, even with the back injury, even with his concussion during the game. He just went back out there and he's concussed. Like, I feel like that was the thought process. But let me know in the comments if you want to give me a detailed message or just a couple of words that's how it made you feel. Just let me know, because like I wasn't around back then, and I know like if something like that was about to happen to, let's say, shoot, I know you guys don't like him, but LeBron, or if it happened to Curry, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like if that were to happen to Curry, I don't want to speak that out because that's like the worst situation to be concussed. But yeah, if that were to happen to anybody, and I'm watching the game live, that the suspense must be crazy. Even knowing like the past history of Larry Bird and his back problems, that suspense must have been insane. Like, you guys must have been at the edge of your seat. Like, whoa. Like, this is really about to happen. I know the Pacers were scared for their life. Scared for their life. Chuck Person thought the game was over. He thought the game was over. Nope. You're gonna pay for your sins. Let me chill. Let me chill. But what goes around comes around. You got it quick in the same game.
Bird made his way from underneath the tunnel from the Boston locker room. He went out with 4:23 remaining in the second after taking the fall, and he is back in the ball game. Reggie Miller's shot rebounded by Bird, who whips it down to Rose.
I've never met an athlete that would play with pain the way he does, and an athlete that's so highly self-motivated as Larry Bird.
People's pain threshold are different. Some guys will dislocate a finger and go ahead and play with it. Some guys can dislocate a finger and be out 6 weeks. I think it's just something within your body that some guys have a good pain threshold and some don't.
Yeah.
But to me, I was just so glad I got the NBA and made it. I didn't want some little injury messing up my whole season, so I try to play through it.
Bird with the step on his left.
When Larry returned, the Celtics went from losing by 3 points to winning by 13 points in a matter of minutes.
Did they come right back at you? Bird on the reverse.
Yeah, that's even worse because a 3-point deficit is nothing, especially for Larry Bird. It's nothing for him to get back in the game and beat you by double digits. Like, come on now. So they must have been like crapping their pants for real. they must have been shook because they know that energy that Larry Bird's about to bring right now, and like Larry Bird doesn't even have to do much when he gets on the court. It's just him just being there, his presence, the way he attracts people to him because he knows he's gonna do something with the ball. He's gonna get it to his teammates. His teammates are gonna finish, and everybody knows where they're supposed to be on the court. It's just easy at that point for the Celtics. Like even around that time, they played with each other for so long, played on the same team for so long. It just going through the motions at this point. And Larry Bird is Larry Bird. He's gonna get the job done, even with a hurt back, even concussed. Like it's just insane. But no matter what the situation, he's gonna go out there and play. And he said he doesn't want a little injury. He said a little injury. He doesn't want a little injury to mess up his whole entire season. So I mean, he went out there and won. Did what he needed to do. It's crazy though.
I think it's really a mental thing that, Larry's on the court now. Hey, now we got our leader back. We got a big option here we can go to down the stretch during the game. And it's just a big emotional lift when he's on the court, too.
3-point play for Bird. Bird ahead of the field. And it's the Celtics by 13.
The fans at that point wouldn't let the team lose because of what Larry was doing.
Sanders at 6'6", giving away 3 inches to Bird, who's trying to post him up through the foul.
Yo, doing a spin like that with a hurt back, is diabolical. Diabolical. Crazy. Ludicrous. Oh my gosh. Oh my, yo, I'm speechless. What a time it was back then. Like, I wasn't born, but I'm saying like I can imagine how crazy that was watching that, especially at the tail end of Larry Bird's career. Even though he had a back injury, he finished it off in great fashion. Great fashion, man. He's special, man. He's special. Crazy.
Bird, who does the bulk of the work on the defensive board, is always looking down the floor and just gets it on top of Reggie Miller. And he's going to lead this group with a little bit of emotion, and then also by taking it strong to the basket, showing them how it's to be done.
Through all of the pain and injuries, Larry Bird came back and led this Celtics team to a victory, proving that there's a big difference between being a good player and being the greatest of all time, because today's players just aren't built like they used to be.
Mike, rarely do you see this kind of emotion from Larry Bird.
No, but Larry Bird is answering the challenge put forth to him by Chuck Person and the Indiana Pacers, and he's letting it all hang out today.
I'm talking about today's player. When you look at Larry in that game, and Bob Hill says he's coming back and be ready for him, would today's player come back in a game like that? Now with load management, where agents and
you saw Tyrese Halliburton, but actually no, I think that was it was an injury. I mean, Larry Bird was injured. I don't know what Tyrese was going through. I think it was some serious, I don't know if it was an ankle injury or something like that, but yeah, it was serious. He was trying to play through it, and then I guess he couldn't for the last couple of games. But I think Larry Bird would have played through it. But then again, I really don't know what Tyrese was going through. But that's just an example. Tyrese had to not play for the last couple of games And that's one of the reasons why Indiana lost in the finals last year. So, I mean, hey, I mean, it's just a comparison, but you're seeing Larry like with concussed back injuries, and he still went out there and tried to get a win, and he was successful. And then Tyrese Halliburton got injured, and he tried to play through it, couldn't. And then ended up losing the finals. Yeah.
Managers are saying you got to take care of your body and your product, and it's true. I mean, your body is your livelihood.
Yeah.
I remember Jordan playing with 104-degree temperature.
Yeah.
A courageous, classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan.
Larry, we just talked about that game, with
Isaiah Thomas against the Lakers in 88, 25-point period on a bad leg.
He's got to be hurting and limping. Thomas goes up, and Isaiah Thomas having an incredible period.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm being unfair, but that just isn't there anymore.
Boston won.
It isn't.
Indiana 96. 4 minutes gone by.
You got certain players like Anthony Edwards that's going to play through injuries. You got a couple of players but it's not a lot. There's a few. There's a few. There's a couple of players like Kyle Lowry, like years ago when he was on the Raptors in the series. I can't remember who they were playing against, but he was injured. He shouldn't have been playing, but he was out there limping on one leg, trying to play defense. So there's like a few selective players, but it seems like the top players save their body for the rest of their career. And I can understand that because it's like you want to have a long career, you want to feed your family for many more years, you want to create generational wealth, even though they're making a whole lot of money anyways, they're probably set for life. But it's like they're still thinking about it in that way, and they want to play longer than 13 years. And that's why players nowadays, I feel like they're playing longer, like a lot longer than players back in the day, because they're conserving their body, they're doing load management, and there's like the technology based off of like getting injured is a lot better. And they know how to conserve their body. So it's like, yeah, I get it, but it's like you got to really show heart and passion like Larry Bird and them are showing. But some people are just not willing to do that, and they have a plan, and they're going to stick to that plan. And if winning at that moment is not the plan, like if they're not going to go through with possibly injuring themselves even more, and then that's probably the smartest thing for them at that time. So I'm not going to argue with it. NBA player, like I'm not a professional player, so I don't even know what they really have to go through in those situations when it comes to like load management, injuries and all of that. So playing with the injury against the best players in the world is like that sounds crazy to me. But Larry Bird was able to do it. Players now are not really able to do it. So it's two different monsters. But it's two sides of the story always. So yeah.
Bird again ends up on the floor, and he was pushed by Person.
Person stepping up with the blind screen right in the area that Larry Bird doesn't need in the middle of the back.
Ooh.
I think 4 or 5 years you'll think back.
That was filthy.
Back about what he did, or you just, you go that. I think it's one of those things that as the years go by, it'll become bigger and bigger and bigger.
And it is all over. The Boston Celtics, in a terrific series, have defeated the Indiana Pacers. They won it in 5 to advance to the second round.
I already had a lot of respect for Larry Bird, but the way he played today, it's just like the stuff you tell your kids about. And I told him at the end of the game, I've never seen anything like that.
Truly amazing, and it's courageous and all those other things. And he's the leader. He is the leader of the Celtics, and he will be until he retires.
I've known Chuck for a while, and we've always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last word.
A little more than a month ago, they were engaging in a heated NBA rivalry. But for one night, the Pacers' Chuck Person was part of Larry Bird's team. Well, sort of. Bird, sidelined from recent back surgery, could only offer a little good-natured ribbing as the honorary coach.
Chuck works for me in the summer. He mows my yard. So I see him every day. You know, if it wasn't for Chuck, I'd be averaging about 12 points a game over my career. So I have a lot of respect for Chuck, but he a lot of times reminds me of my little brother. I want to beat him as bad as I possibly can every time out.
Well, I figure he won't be on this team, so he'll have a chance to win since he's not playing. So it's unfortunate that he's not playing because I know the people will really kind of see him play, but it's great that he can still have a game and be able to team.
It's hard to imagine a better example of someone playing with pain than what Larry Bird did in that Pacers series, or for the entire NBA season for that matter. Now, like it or not, Larry Bird is getting his well-deserved rest.
Well, I'm not going through another year like I did last year. And matter of fact, it's got to feel pretty good. And you know, while I'm not going to say here. Does. And that's very important to me to have a healthy back for the rest of my life instead of beating and banging up for another season.
If Larry Bird can find a way to keep on playing, he will.
If Larry Bird can find a way to keep on playing, he will. Yep, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? But yeah, that was a great video, man. Really shows you the willpower that he had. No matter what the situation, yeah, like no matter, he's just gonna get it done. And the respect is still there with Chuck Persons. Like the respect was still there, even though Chuck was kind of playing dirty. That one push, I saw it. Yeah, kind of saw that, but Chuck is a very good player. He played very well in the playoffs against them. But Larry Bird was concussed, back injury, was knocked out for a bit, still came back in the game, came back and won the game for his team. Was playing like nothing was wrong with him. And that's just Larry Bird. His legacy is going to live on forever because of those moments. And because he did all of that, I'm reacting to it now. We could, I guess, watch it back and be astonished, even 30 years later. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you create a legacy, you can inspire other people, and what you do really matters. Like, what you do on this earth really matters, and what Larry Bird has done in his career is going to live on forever, and it's going to inspire people, and it's going to inspire me. It's going to inspire whoever's watching this video. It's going to inspire everybody. So him going out there and playing while hurt, it was really worth it, because it's just like that lives on forever. That memory lives on forever. It's never going to leave the space of content creation and the space of just like NBA archives. Everybody's going to have that story. And generations and generations and generations are going to know that story, because it's always going to be documented, because it's one of the greatest stories. And just Larry Bird as a basketball player, his memory is going to live on forever. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm about to sign out. I'm going to say a prayer. In the name of Jesus, I pray whoever's watching this video, allow everybody to have that mindset that everything they do matters. They have to put 110% into whatever they love, and they will get it all back in tenfold. Everything they do, but as long as they put you first, they keep you the main thing, and they do their part, then everything will fall into place, and the hard times will just be times that they can get through and be better people once they get through it. And once we look at life in a positive way, the trials and tribulations is just obstacles to get around. And once we get around those obstacles, we evolve as people. Then everybody will be fine. So bless everybody's family. Bless everybody from the crown of their heads to the soles of their feet. As health is wealth, and bodies are temples. So in Jesus' name I pray. Bless everybody's life and their evening and their day tomorrow. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So stay blessed, stay lit, and I'm out.